Good evening, everyone. This is the worst lighting ever, and from me, you're only gonna get the truth about chicken keeping. And lots of people post videos about them chicken keeping in beautiful dresses and bonnets and everything perfectly clean and beautiful. This is what chicken keeping looks like. I got my boots on, I got my husband's sweatshirt on, and whatever these shorts are. So, hope you enjoy the look. Anyhow, I am about to ferment some feed, so I thought I would show you guys how I do it. And this is to feed, I don't know, somewhere between 70 and 80 chickens, I think is what I have. I might be closer to 70 at the moment. So, first of all, I've got my food grade bucket, 5-gallon, and this here is my homemade feed. And we also use scratch and pet. And there also might be a new feed, so keep an ear out, that we'll be showing you guys about soon. We gotta test it out, make sure it gets the seal of approval, but it's one that sounds like it's gonna be corn and soy free, which is very important to us. So anyhow, before I start this, I'm gonna answer some frequently asked questions to do with fermenting. Can you use pellets? I wouldn't use pellets. Pellets, they have a lot of filler ingredients that I don't agree with. There's a reason that they're usually pretty cheap, and if you add water to them, they just kind of expand and fall apart. The other thing that people have asked is, like, can you use the Purina feed? And this is the one that, like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out the words. So you see this is all grains and peas and sunflower seeds and stuff like that. So this works amazing for fermenting. If you're using like the Purina feed that just kind of looks like the pellets that are chopped up really small, and it's not actually like pieces of different grains and stuff like that, it's not going to ferment well either. The other thing I get asked is how long to ferment it for. I'm gonna do 4 scoops of this. My chicken's also free range, so if they didn't free range, they would probably eat about 6 scoops of this or more. But we're doing 4 scoops right now because I've got a lot of young chickens right now that are gonna start laying. So I want to make sure that they're getting all the food that they need so that they can grow and prevent being egg bound and stuff like that. Anyhow, the other question I get asked is how long to ferment it for. You can do fermenting a few different ways. And if you're doing it in a bucket, I definitely get a food grade one. You can also do it in jars. So I used 1/2-gallon jars when I first started with chickens. And a 1/2-gallon jar filled halfway with feed, fed 10 chickens. So if you give chickens as much food as they want every day, there's a big tendency that they'll overeat. Now, if you want meat birds, then extra food is good for them. But if you just have layers and stuff like that, and you have access to being pasture raised and like grasses and clover, stuff like that, you really want to give them enough food so that it's preventing them from being egg bound, and that they're getting enough nutrients, but not too much food so that they're gonna get fat and start having health problems. So I know how much food my flock needs per day. And if there's leftover feed, then I cut it down a little bit and just, find that sweet spot. So anyhow, you can do a 24-hour ferment, and you can do, which is what I do, because I don't have a bunch of food grade 5-gallon buckets right now. So I just soak it overnight, and it pretty much doubles in volume if it stays warm enough. You can also do 72-hour ferments, like 3 to 5 day long ferments. And that you're gonna actually have like a lot more of the bacteria. So if you're looking for like healthy gut stuff, that works really well. Since I don't do the 3 to 5 day ferment and I just do an overnight one, it is really good for them. It's good for hydration, good for preventing egg bound. It helps them get a lot more of the nutrients. It cuts down on food costs. And I also put some of this in, and it's like a mix of different like peppers. It's got chili flakes and flax seeds and oregano and different peppers and stuff like that. And it's really, really good for their digestive system, for making their digestive system also like really strong, so it can prevent like parasites from getting a hold. Oh, sucked in some of that. Whew. I am so weak to spice. I just sucked, like just breathed in a little bit of it, and I can feel it. Anyhow, and then I got this one, and it's called Gold Dust, and it's got like carrots and pumpkin and pepper and marigolds and stuff like that, and it and turmeric, and it also just helps with their digestive system. So I just kind of make this little like concoction for them. And what I've noticed is my chickens, I'm gonna be honest here, my chickens are some of the healthiest chickens around. You're gonna come with me over here. My chickens are some of the healthiest chickens around. And I stay really on top though of their health. And I stay really on top of warning signs. So that might also be part of it. So I just have a hose and I'm just filling it up. How much water to use when you're fermenting feed? You want enough water to, if you're using a bucket, I would say a couple inches. Like in a bucket, that couple inches, since it's spread out further than like a little jar, it evens out a lot. Okay, you're coming back here with me now. Okay, we're almost done, I promise. So, what I'm gonna do, let me show you here. You can see, hi! I'm gonna mix this up. And there's some stuff that floats to the top. Some of like the lighter grains and the sunflower seeds, like you can see. But there's, if I push down, it totally covers my little mixer here. So I would say that's about 3 inches. Let's see. My husband would know this better than me. But this is about 3 inches, I would say. About 3 inches of water if you're using a 5-gallon bucket. So, and anyhow, I only filled this up about close to half the way. I still feel that pepper. I would say about a third of the way up with feed, and then total it's halfway full, including the water. And so it will soak up all that water overnight. And in the morning, it will be, there won't be a layer of liquid on top. If you're fermenting it longer, you actually want to make sure that you have liquid on top, because that prevents it from growing mold on it, and also that's why the apple cider vinegar helps. So if people always ask how much apple cider vinegar do you put in. If you're doing half-gallon jars, probably just like a teaspoon. I'm putting in here probably like 2 tablespoons. There's no like exact ratio. You're not gonna screw anything up putting a little too much or a little bit too little in. Anyhow, we just fermented feed. So that will feed about 70 chickens tomorrow. And yeah, so in conclusion, I love fermenting feed. It's really quick. I mean, if I wasn't talking this whole time, it would take me a minute to just scoop everything, mix it together with water, and put the lid on. You want to make sure that you keep it, like our weather's really nice right now, so it's just in the barn, and the bucket kind of insulates it as well. I keep looking down, making sure I'm not getting bit by mosquitoes. So anyhow, look at this beautiful pink egg. You can't really see it, but it's pink. Anyhow, that is how you ferment feed. But yeah, it doesn't take long. I would say it pretty much doubles how far your feed goes, which then cuts your feed costs in half. So I really recommend it. It is so easy to do. There's so many benefits to it. It is good for their digestive system, helps prevent them from being egg bound. It makes the food that they're eating more like bioavailable, and they're getting more nutrients out of the feed they're getting since it's soaked. Helps keep them hydrated. Oh, there's an egg right here too. Helps keep them hydrated, and helps keep their guts strong to fight parasites and lice and mites and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend it. When people tell me that like they're using good feed and not fermenting it, it always shocks me. It's like, oh, you could be saving money. And as a chicken woman, we gotta find those ways to save money, because it makes our husbands so happy when you can go, ooh, I just sold these eggs and it more than covered for the feed. They go, oh, maybe we should get more chickens then. And that's what you want to hear. You want to hear, babe, get as many chickens as you want, because they are paying for their food. Anyhow, thank you for listening, and happy egg collecting, and have a great evening. And if you have any fermenting questions that I didn't answer, drop a comment, and I'll try and look at it and make sure I get you all taken care of.